Welcome to our Parents Meeting Introduction to Read Writing Guide. My name is Mrs Blackburn and I'm the Read Writing Lead at Rosewood. First of all, I'd just like to tell you what Read Writing is and who it's for. So Read Writing is a phonics programme that helps children learn to read. We teach read writing in reception and year 1 and part of year 2. Some children will stay on the programme until they've worked all the way through and are confident with all the sounds, and that may be up until year 3. Each half term we assess and group the children based on their stage of reading, not their reading age. This means that all children practice reading at the right level for them. In the past we have moved groups around year groups, but because of bubbles and etc. at the moment, reception will be staying with reception, but we try and break those groups up as much as we can to meet the needs of the children. Okay, the daily phonics lessons. We teach phonics through, first of all, using some cards with all the different sounds on, and the children get to know the letter and they also get to know the sound that it makes, and then there's a picture and a little rhyme that goes with each letter as well. This then helps them to learn to read using green word cards, where they break the word up, recognising the sounds that they've been taught. This then helps them to read the decodable books to gain that confidence. And then lastly, they have a go at learning to spell some of those words and then hopefully develop their ideas into sentences so they can write about the storybooks that they've read as well.
So sometimes in the afternoons children do need to have one-to-one tutoring. These are 10-minute sessions with a specialised teacher, and the whole point of it is to keep up and not catch up. So if they're falling behind in any areas or they've got any missing gaps, the children will be assessed on these and then the one-to-one will start over. What is phonics? All words are made up of individual sounds. These sounds are merged together to form the words. For instance, in mat, there's at, mat, and in the word ship, there's sh, ip, 3 sounds. The spellings that are on that sound are called graphemes. So the graphemes are the way that they look on paper, and then we use these in the sounds of what the purest word that they can say. Phonics is the method of teaching reading through the identification of sounds and graphemes. The new national curriculum ensures that all children are taught phonics systematically. This gives your child the tools to read any words.
The English alphabetic code. We use 44 sounds to make all the words in the English language. This means we've got a problem. We've got 44 sounds and only 26 letters. The 26 letters work singly, in pairs and sometimes in threes to represent one sound. We have to group letters together to write some sounds, such as I and In English we have more than 150 ways to represent 44 sounds using the 26 letters in the alphabet. This makes our language one of the most complex in the world. Okay, speed sounds set 1 and 2. Using Read Write Inc, we make learning to read easy for children because we start by teaching them just one way of reading and writing every sound. Here they are on the simple speed sounds chart we use in class. These are set 1. We teach set 1 sounds first. Children need to know sounds, not letter names, to read words.
So once they've become comfortable with the set 1 and the set 2 sounds, we then move on to set 3, and they're all different ways of saying a sound. So it sounds the same, but there's different ways of writing it. So for example, if we look for the A sound here, you've got A and a Y, which make an A sound, an A with a split E, which also makes an A sound, an A and an I, which makes an A sound. So teaching all these different sounds, but there are different ways of writing them. And that's where it does become a little bit more difficult for the children, but we practice it time and time again, and we read over and over again so that they can see all the different ways of reading that sound. So we teach using pure sounds. This is probably the hardest bit for parents to understand, and teachers as well. We have to get used to it with our different accents and ways that we speak as well. But we use pure sounds, so we pronounce clearly the sounds. For example, you would say not m. So each child will be able to blend the sounds together to make the words more easily. For example, you might go at, mat, rather than m, a, t. Okay? There's loads and loads of videos that you can watch which demonstrate how to say each sound, and we'll add all those links on to the website with this video for you to sit and watch at home. They will really, really help your children. You can watch them together even as well. There are also lots of links for resources that parents can use at home as well, and guides and videos that will help you to teach your child at home, which will support their learning in school.
Building on from what Mrs Blackburn said, as she said, there's cards that we teach the children first, and we do teach these in an order, which we are teaching them in it, and then we're sending out to reception parents so that they know what sounds the children have learnt that week. These are then moved on to green word cards. The green word cards, so we start with the sounds, and then we're putting the sounds into the words. For instance, sat, sat. Let me introduce you to Fred. Now Fred is a very, very familiar character to the children. He can only whisper into somebody's ear, and he can only say the sound. So for instance, we might get Fred and he might say at, and the children eventually will say hat.
We teach spelling using Fred fingers. So we use our 3 fingers, and I know Miss Fartner does this as well. She's taught me we tickle our nose to make sure we've got the fingers facing the right way. We use Fred fingers to help children to sound out words to spell easily. It means they do not have to memorise lists of spelling words. It is a tool so they will be able to spell any word. 3 with me, 4 at home. In our school, children read each Read, Write, Ink storybook 3 times in class with their partner. Rereading the same book helps children to become confident readers. Each time they reread, they build their fluency, speed and comprehension. They love reading and want to read because they can read all the words in the storybook. We set a focus for each reread in school. The first read focuses on reading every word accurately. The second on reading the story more quickly. The third read on comprehension, understanding what they read. Then your child brings the same book home to read and enjoy with you again at home. It's 3 with me and 4 at home. We do not send stories home the children cannot read because we always want them to be set up to succeed in their reading. We want to make sure they enjoy reading so that they want to read. The more they read, the faster progress they will make.
So the books that they will get sent home with, if we can get the slide to work, are books that look a little bit like this. They will be the colour of their group, and they will include sounds that the children have already been taught. And as Carol said, they will have read this book 3 times in school, so then the 4th time they will be with you at home. Unfortunately, due to the COVID regulations, we'll be sending the books home in a zippy wallet, and we will only be changing them once a week because we need to quarantine them when they come back into school. So you will get this book, but it will only be once a week for now, until hopefully in the near future we'll be able to change the way we work. These storybooks may be quite repetitive, and they don't always have a lovely story theme going all the way through it, but the actual sounds and words that are in these books will massively help the children to learn to read that little bit quicker, and it will use the sounds that they've been taught, so they should be very confident by the time they're reading it with you at home.
Okay, what can I do? You can use pure sounds and not letter names. So there is videos online as well to help you say the pure sounds. It's also good for the children to know the alphabet, but it's not A, B, C, it's A, B, K. Use Fred Talk to read and spell words. I always like doing this with the children when they're waiting to get ready. Can you put your hands on your D? Can you put your hands on your G? It always helps them at home as well. Listen to your child read their storybook every day. Like Mrs Blackburn said, it can be quite repetitive, but the more they read it, the more confidence they'll get and the faster they'll get reading it, which is amazing, especially picking out some of the red tricky words as they get through the books a bit faster. And read stories to your children every day. We don't just want you to just read the books that we send home. It's so important for them to know, build vocabulary from other books, knowing about characters and settings and the books that they enjoy, and who doesn't love snuggling up with a bedtime story in the evening. And if you do have any further questions, please send us an email. Speak to me or Mrs Inslee at the door at the end of the day or in the morning, or email reception@rosewood.lancaster.sch.uk or clblackburn@rosewood.lancaster.sch. Okay? Thank you so much.